This is an Infoblips LLC special report.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancey. This is a special report called by Yancey Seals. Yancey.
How you guys doing today? First of all, I want to give you a little bit of disclaimer of what's going to happen today. Everyone knows out there in TV land, radio land, understands what happened just yesterday, how the Supreme Court decided to take on the immunity case with Donald Trump. He has every right to do so, but I want everyone to understand what the validity was behind this. What's going to happen here? Wrap your brain around this really quick, okay? The immunity, this happened back in December, okay?
Yes.
That happened to them back in December. So they had December, actually it was November, had November and December, 60 days, and January and February, that's 120 days.
Yeah.
To review this, and they have been reviewing it, okay? They come back and review with a one sheet of paper, one document, saying yes, they're gonna take the case. When they gonna take the case? Okay, we'll take the case in April. 7 more weeks. There's no way possible, okay? And after they give their review, there's another few more, several weeks after that. There's no way possible that case is going to go on. No way possible. It ain't happening. If Trump was a win, they say, well, Trump, we just can't, and I'm paraphrasing, they can't very well say, well, Trump, we're going to do this for you, but if we can't do that, but here's what we can do for you. We can give you that delay you're looking for. And if you win, it goes away.
Yeah.
Here's what the story is. This is what I want you to wrap your brain around before I hand this over to John. One person, at least one person on that Supreme Court believes in Donald Trump's theory on the president has complete and total immunity. How do you say that word? Complete.
Yeah.
Someone has to believe that and say, yes, we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Because no one felt like they was going to take this case. That means if they take the case and they overturn it, they say, oh, yeah, that means Donald Trump ain't going to ever leave office. Well, hold it. Let's take that back. Let's take one step backwards. That means who don't have to leave office?
Thank you. There you go.
He don't have to leave office. As a matter of fact, if Trump says something, he can go shoot his ass if he wants to. Kill his ass dead if he wants to. Ain't nothing happen. I have complete and total immunity. John?
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I heard this last night. The decision came down yesterday, and Yancey texted me immediately. This is a win for Donald Trump. Basically, bottom line. Because they're going to take, well, first of all, they took all this time, like Yancey was saying, to make a decision whether they were going to take this, which everybody thought they were going to just kick it down since the appellate court they ruled in favor. They ruled. Well, it was all of them ruled that no, he doesn't have immunity. You know, he doesn't have immunity. He can't do whatever he wants to do and then say, okay, I was president, so that's okay. So they said no, and there was a reason they used structural I'm so mad. They use our laws and they use the Constitution to say no, this isn't right. Okay. However, the Supreme Court, because there's a 6-3 makeup. Now we got to remember this. Okay, Donald Trump, right, appointed the majority, the conservatives that are on the board, other than John Roberts and Alito, but on the board, right, to make it a 6-3. It's crazy that the Supreme Court is going to rule in favor of Donald Trump. That is insane. However, this is the world we live in today. And this is the reason why, like, people will tell you that elections, basically whoever you choose in the election, you have to go along with, right? They have consequences. Elections have consequences. And this is one of the consequences that we have. If you remember, who was his name? they didn't allow President Obama to appoint a Supreme Court justice. McConnell didn't allow that. If you remember that, okay, they held that up for almost a whole year. They held it up saying, no, 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 he can't do that. There's an election coming up in a year, whatever. So McConnell held that up. And when Trump got into office, they allowed him to rush through the people that he wanted in office. And this is the reason why he wanted them in office, because the Supreme Court will rule in his favor. They're not going to come out. They may not come out and say, I was looking at this, Yancey. Think about this. They may come out and say, no, he doesn't have immunity, but they may wait until June, July, August to say that. Okay. And by that time, it's too late. By the time Donald Trump goes on trial, the election will be over with. Just so you guys can understand, the people that vote for Trump, or the people that don't vote, period, will be voting for a felon. That has never happened. And then he's hoping that he wins, so that way, when he wins, he can appoint a Supreme Court, well, not a Supreme Court justice. He can appoint a DOJ, right? That is going to just totally drop the case. The case will go away, and nothing will ever happen.
And this is the reason why the problem here is what you really got to wrap your brain around is this. We are now going to be one step closer to complete autocracy.
Yeah.
One step.
I already said, I posted, I said, we're saying a long goodbye to democracy. We are basically saying a long goodbye to democracy, and people are not paying attention. And this is how this kind of thing happens. People are not paying attention. We're too busy on our day to day. And then stuff like this comes down and they're like, oh, okay. Well, okay. But most people don't, they're not into it like Yancey and I are, which is the reason why you should listen to our program. And we are ready to explain to you that you have to pay attention on this. This is insane. The United States will no longer be a democracy.
The thing about this whole ordeal is that again, we're only one step away. And the Trumpeters or Trump supporters believe that this is what they want. Oh, they think that's what they want.
They think so.
They think that's what they want. They just want to be lived in peace also. They don't want a whole lot of rules, but let this happen. You're going to see rules come down like crazy. Oh, you can't do that no more. There's no more of that internet stuff. Oh, we banned that. You can't say that. Can't do that. You don't know.
Look, they're banning books in Florida. Yeah. You got them at CPAC saying we're going to make the United States Florida. I mean, what people are not understanding is that it's not even a slippery slope. We're on the slope and there's goose grease on it. Okay, so we're sliding down really fast, bro. Yeah. And I said to myself when this happened, I told my wife, I said, we're going to have to act as though we're going to have to start to try to position ourselves as though Trump is going to be in office, and we're going to have to, make sure that we're positioned to sustain that. Believe it or not, people may be thinking I'm crazy, but that they thought I was crazy about the COVID too. No, I'm not crazy, because there's a very good possibility that Trump will win. Now, people will say, well, he won't win. No, he won't win a general election. I've been in a conversation about that for the longest. Explain to me how. The people who are pissed, the 10,000 people that was in Michigan that said that they weren't going to vote, they're going to vote undecided or whatever they voted, so that way they won't have to vote for Biden, right? That's a small portion. But if the people in the United States that are mad or angry with Biden because of Israel, and they have every right to be, okay, because I'm mad at him too. However, when you look at the possibilities of there being a Trump presidency, I'm voting for Biden all day long and on Sunday. Okay, they could do they could be holding him up with a stick. I'd still vote for it. Okay, because I understand what would happen if there is a criminal defendant Trump presidency. Okay, I understand that we are going to go into autocracy. We're going to go into full-on chaos, and we'll be run like Russia. People who don't agree with Donald Trump will become missing or dead. Programs like this will not be held. We will not be able to do this.
My thoughts about what happened on the general. I know we kind of switched gears just a tad bit, but it kind of works the same thing. Let me give you my ideas on this one. Okay, it was a fantastic plan what Kalia Jaleb did, who's the congresswoman of Minnesota. I think she's Minnesota.
Mm.
Tell her, no, Michigan. I'm sorry.
Michigan,
The
yeah.
vote decided over 100,000 of them said we voted undecided. 15% they pulled or more. Okay,
3 delegates.
out of Biden's hands. Now, put this in your pipe. Here it is. If Biden was to lose Michigan, he walks out of the White House.
That's it. He's done. He's done. He's done.
Michigan. You cannot have. You gotta have Michigan. And it's his fault.
It is his fault. You know what? Listen, I agree with the people who voted that way. I totally agree with them. However, in a general, they can't think about that. You know, yes, I'm pissed off with the way that Biden is handling Israel. I mean, hell, and I don't want to change topics, but just this morning there was some stuff that happened in Israel that pissed me the fuck. I was mad, very angry because, you know, they killed 100 people that was trying to get food. But see, this is why Biden has to come out strong against Israel. He's got to come out. You can say, hey, yeah, you're still we're still backing you, but we're not going to back you on this. It's like having a child. It's like you said, well, not that Israel's a child, but just think about this. If you have a child and you say, hey, look, I love you, I support you 100%, that child goes out and kills 100 people, you're not going to say, oh, I love you, I support you, keep on doing what you're doing. At least I hope you don't.
You can't sit back and take this money from the Arab Americans and take that money and give it to Netanyahu to finish killing or genocide their people. Come on.
Look, man, Biden needs to wake up, and he needs to wake up quick. Okay, he needs to wake up quick. He should have been awake. That alarm bell's been ringing. Okay, he should have been understood that you not just Arab Americans, you can't take my money and commit genocide on people of another country, or people in this case is Gaza. I mean, look, the people in Gaza, Palestinians were rushing toward a food truck to get food just this morning. This just happened, to get food, and the Israeli army opened fire on them, live rounds, and killed a lot of people. People were killed trampling, but there's 100 people killed and 750 people injured. Mm-hmm. You cannot allow that. You cannot go along with that. You got to being the president of the United States, you have to say, hey, look, you know what? Enough is enough. But this is the reason why he's losing votes. Absolutely. But however, in a general election, and we're supposed to be staying on this one topic. Yes, he told me stay on this topic because I rumble. But in this one thing, we have to understand that, yes, you know, Biden is wrong. Okay. However, we cannot allow a Trump presidency. That can be above none for whatever reason. You cannot vote against, not vote or vote against Biden in this next election. Yeah. It's just, and then say again.
I totally agree, and I just amplify that. You got to get out and vote. You can't. I get that. I really do. I would threaten hold my vote too. I really would.
Yeah, me too.
You probably just can't do that. But they say, hey, look at here, dude. I'm telling you, if you don't do what we need to do, you won't get our votes in November, and your ass will be out of here. I'm telling you, they hold it. They hold it.
He's got to understand. Biden has to understand the significance of backing Israel 110%, and he has to understand that a good portion of the United States people are not for that. And this, as far as the courts are concerned, I believe that the Supreme Court is bought and paid for. Basically, Clarence Thomas should recuse himself because his wife was involved with the January 6th, attempt insurrection, and he's not even recusing himself from this. I'm like, you know, how should he vote? How could he vote on this? I don't.
Yeah, he has poor ethics. His ethic is just
And not only which it's going to bring us to another subject, I don't want to do that, but the bottom line is the Supreme Court they can't self-regulate themselves. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely not. They need to be told what to damn do. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. And here's the rules. Follow the rule like every damn body else.
Every other federal judge.
You don't have no damn rules. They need rules. As simple as that. If they don't follow the rules, you drag their ass in front of Congress and you explain, you tell why you ain't following the goddamn rules. It's just that.
See,
second thing.
Go ahead.
Stop giving them lifetime term positions. They don't need no lifetime. 8 years is all you damn need. 8 years. That means every single president that comes into office have the opportunity or the possibility to make a Supreme Court
right. I mean, that's only, to me, that's only not just fair, but it's the best thing for the United States. I mean, when you look at it like this right now, these people are in office for life. And they may be, let's just say people, if they may be well doing their time, but 8 to 10 years later, they may be out of step with what's happening in the United States. And then now you have, you have 6 people who are political. They don't care about the law. What they care about is power. They care about power and supporting the person that put them in office.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. They care about the person who helped them get to office, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 people on Supreme Court that's ready to retire. Alito and the step infection. Okay? Those 2 are ready to retire. They are not going to leave that office unless there's a Republican that's going to replace them. So, if Trump wins, guess what's going to happen to those 2? They're going to retire. Yeah. And guess what's going to happen?
You'll be replaced.
I'm just fucked. You're fucked at that point because now you are going to have a 6 to 3. No, same thing. It'll be the same thing.
Same thing. It'll be 6 to 3.
Then you have teenagers in there. In other words, you have a much younger group in there. They're gonna be there for a long damn time.
I just don't understand. I am really perplexed with our government, and I am perplexed with the rules that have been made. And the thing is that Donald Trump, the criminal defendant Trump, is getting away with this because when the rules were made, they never expected a person to be in his position to be as corrupt as he is. That's just, go ahead.
What difference does that make? You break the damn law. What difference does that make? Who you are. There's my problem, John.
Mine too. However, we're seeing that we've always said that the United States have the best justice system that money can buy. Basically the bottom line is that it does make a difference. It's not supposed to. No one's supposed to be above the law. No one. Okay. Other than that, we're not a country of laws at that point. We're an autocracy.
Here's my hypothetical to you, John. Since he was the president, I understand he was a president, and it's a little difficult to put a president in jail. I will concede that. Now, I concede it's difficult to put a president, but he knows a lot of shit, right? And sitting up there with Pookie and them and the rest of those motherfuckers, he may lose some shit. Here's my question. Let's just take that same president and move that same issue and said Barack did that. What would happen? What would Barack be?
Barack would be dead. Barack would be he'd be in one of the he'll be in a prison right now that they have floating off the coast of Guatemala somewhere, man. There's no way that Obama would have gotten away with any of this. Of this.
Oh, so what is this?
Well, what you have right now is
fucked up racial society ran by the federal fucking government. Just that simple.
What you have, see, and this is what he said it, what you basically have right now are white supremacy. And these people are fascists. Let's get this really straight. These fascists have taken over our Supreme Court. They've taken over a lot of part of government, and they are actually running the system at this time. I mean, I can't explain it any other way. There's no way that a Supreme Court would have taken over, would have taken up that argument if it was Barack Obama that was posing that argument. First off, he would never even got there. Okay. But you have courts that are ruling against Donald Trump, and all he's doing is saying, I want to refer it to the Supreme Court. Well, when he refers to the Supreme Court, he's bought and paid for the Supreme Court.
They belong to him. They belong to him. Now let's just talk about really quick the CPAC, and I'm going to say it just real quick because I want to talk about how white supremacy has infiltrated themselves in CPAC. Just as last week they had the CPAC conference, right?
Yeah.
And many of the white supremacists were at CPAC doing their Heil Hitler thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on the TV.
It's all on tape.
It's all on tape. See, now you see where they're going, man.
If the people of America allow these particular individuals, and right now they call themselves the Republicans, if we allow them to win, and not just the presidency, but other governments and what was the governor and mayor's offices, then we're going to have a fascist government. I've been warning, we've been saying this for the longest, that democracy is at threat, at risk. We've been saying this for the last couple of years for sure, that you can't allow these people to get inroads, or else we will not have a democracy anymore. We're saying a long goodbye to democracy. I don't have faith that the democracy is going to actually get through this. I'll be honest with you. I think that they're going to wait, that the Supreme Court is going to wait to make a decision or make a ruling. Okay, and then it's going to be too late. They'll come down, even if it's on, the side of, not on the side of Donald Trump, they'll wait to the point where the trial is going to be after the election, which is all Donald Trump wanted. His whole team, that's all they said they don't want this case to complete before the election.
Right. And now it's just happened. It happened there. It happened in Florida. It's happening all over. It's definitely happening in Georgia too. Of course, the only case
that criminal case, well, is the hush money case that in New York, that we hope is going to continue that's not at risk right now. Fani Willis and them, I don't know how that's going to turn out. That's really messy, and I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
I don't see them putting her off though, because I don't think they met their burden to show that she was financially
getting money from the advantage
by making him the special prosecutor.
I don't.
She's making money behind this, and they didn't prove that at all.
No, they have not. I saw them the other day. They had one of the other lawyers on trial, and I was appalled. That really made me angry too. I mean, you have to be, they continued asking that man the same question over and over again. And I'm looking at the judge going, tell him to shut up and sit down. I mean, they were badgering him, and then his attorney kept objecting, it kept being overruled. And I'm like going, okay, look, you can't keep you got to sustain a couple of these things saying, hey, look, you got to stop. But they continued to badger this man. And again, he kept telling them, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't recall. If somebody asks you what you had for dinner 2 years ago on a certain date, are you going to remember that?
Not that important.
What did you pay for dinner on that? I don't know. Did you go out with so-and-so? Yeah. Who paid? 2 years ago? Hell, I don't know. But the thing is, they expect these guys to come up. And then if you don't answer it within what they figure is correct, within the information that they have, then they say that you're lying or that you perjured yourself, which they were trying to get people to do. But so far, they've been, the people that support Fani Willis is doing well. The case is going well. But I don't know how it's going to turn out, because it's up to the judge, man. And I don't know much about this judge. I mean,
I just want to say to you guys at this point, I know you guys saying you don't want to get involved in politics. You just open your eyes and watch what's going on. Just take in 5-10 minutes every day. Understand what's going on because it's important right now. Now it is important. Things are moving fast and things are starting to change. That's all I gotta say.
Like Yancey, I'm telling you guys, I'm just asking you guys, I'm imploring you to at least listen to our show once a week. Okay, so that way you can get information. I know sometimes most time we have a long show. Listen to it in segments. The reason why it's so long is because there's so much information that's out there, and it's important that you receive it. Right now, if you do, people that are saying, if you're saying, really look at me, man, if you guys are saying that politics is not important or that politics does not concern you, you are wrong. Accept that. Move past that. If you don't understand politics, then say, hey, I don't understand. And Yancey or one of I, we'll either answer it for you or we'll find an answer for you. There's nothing wrong with not knowing, okay? There is something wrong with not acting or acting on a situation that you have no knowledge of. That means going to vote and you have no knowledge of what's happening. Okay, you have to be able to understand that this right now, this is serious. Whether you voted before or whether you ever vote again, okay, I don't really care. Vote now.
Yeah, this is dead ass serious. So there you have it, you guys.
That's why we came on today, because and every time something serious comes on, Yancey and I are going to come on and talk to you about it. We're going to make it as short as possible because we know people have short, time to listen or short attention spans. However, this is very important. These things are very extremely important. And we want you guys to understand, and we want you guys to know we are doing what we can do. This is the platform that we have. Yancey and I have this platform. We ask that you share it with your friends to build our platform, because we have to have people who are informed, verifiable factual information, okay? Verifiable factual information, not just something that Pookie gave you and someone said this and I heard this on the internet somewhere and someone said this, something that's obscure. No, this is too important for that. Well, that's it, guys. That's what we have to say. I know it was a kind of a downer, but hey, you know what? Sometimes this is the way it is. We'll talk about good things when we can, but right now, this is something that's serious. You got to get serious about this. Anyway, that's it for me and Yancey from our, for us. And listen to us, man. If you guys have questions, either email us, put it in the comments or whatever, guys. Thank you very much. Peace.